Believe me when I tell you this cake is so good. I believe it's one of the best I've ever had. This delightful Lazy Daisy cake recipe hails from a collection of vintage 1930s recipes. It's a simple yet rich cake featuring a tender crumb and a unique coconut and brown sugar topping that's browned under the broiler for extra flavor. It's perfect for anyone who loves classic, old-fashioned desserts with minimal fuss. So let's get started. This is a cake from the Great Depression and it's called the Lazy Daisy cake. So the first thing I'm going to do is to add 2 beaten eggs to a large mixing bowl. And then I'm going to gradually add 1 cup of sugar. I prefer 1 bowl mixing if possible. So I'm going to go ahead and add my 1/4 teaspoon salt and my 1 teaspoon of baking powder to the mixing bowl. I'm going to use my sifter and sift that into the bowl. Now I'm going to sift 1 cup of all-purpose flour into the bowl along with the other ingredients. I'm going to gradually combine the flour with the other ingredients. In a saucepan, I'm going to bring 1/2 cup of milk and 1 tablespoon of butter to a boil while stirring constantly. Be careful, don't let it burn. You don't want to let your milk and butter boil too long, just enough to melt the butter, and then you want to remove it from the stove and add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now I'm going to carefully and gradually add my milk and butter mixture into my sugar and flour mixture. I'm going to combine the two using a hand mixer. We're almost there. So now it's time to pour the batter into a cake pan. I'm using a 9 by 9 inch square cake pan, and I've coated it with cooking spray that has flour in it. You want to be sure to grease your pan. And you're going to bake this in a preheated oven at 325 degrees Fahrenheit for about 25 to 30 minutes or until it's done. Please keep in mind that you may need to adjust either your oven temperature or baking time depending on your oven. To make the delicious frosting, you're going to combine 5 tablespoons of butter, 10 tablespoons of brown sugar, 4 tablespoons of cream, and 1 cup of shredded coconut. And by the way, shredded coconut was available in the 1930s. Now it's time to frost the cake. You want to use your frosting sparingly because you don't have a lot. You just have enough to cover the cake, so please keep that in mind. Now it's time to broil your cake. You're going to toast the topping in the oven. You're going to broil it for a couple of minutes on low, but be careful, you don't want to burn it. And here's the finished product. Let's let this cool down about 20 to 30 minutes and then we're going to give it a try. I think this is my new favorite cake. It's so dreamy, moist, and delicious. Give it a try.